8th graders, today's lesson is 2.2, Harnessing Energy. This one's going to be a little bit longer for today, so we're going to get right into it. It'll probably take up the whole class period, so expect that as far as time goes. Your learning target for today, I can model how energy is transferred and converted in a system from one object to another. We're also going to talk about what the difference is between an energy transfer and an energy conversion. Okay, so moving right into activity 1, which of course is your notebook, we have the last little snippet of notes that we're going to add in for this unit, Harnessing Human Energy. So key concepts 4 and 5, you'll go ahead and add that into the key concepts page. Nothing creates energy. If something has energy, the energy must have been transferred from something else. Okay, so an object has to get its energy from somewhere else. And then finally, energy can be transferred from one object to another, and energy can be converted from one type to another, which kind of brings us into our vocab for today. Okay, transfer is to move from one object to another or one place to another. So when we talk about using a battery to operate a flashlight, that battery is transferring its energy into the flashlight so the flashlight can work. Okay, and it's also converting as well because we're moving from two different types of energy. So the definition of convert is to change from one type to another. The battery is potential energy and the flashlight itself has light energy. So we're transferring from potential to light energy in order to get that flashlight to shine. So go ahead and again add 4 and 5 to your key concepts. It's the last 2 key concepts for this unit. And transfer and convert go into your vocab. And again, those are the last 2 vocabs for this unit. Moving right into our warm-up, we have this little matching activity. Over here are the words you guys are going to match. Here is a screenshot of a simulation, system built in the simulation. And your goal is to identify where the objects listed here have gotten their energy from. So the first one is the light gets its energy from. So you guys would look, here's your light, and you're looking at where it directly gets its energy from. So in this case, the battery. So you would click and drag the battery into this spot right here. Okay? So that's your first little section for you guys. Pretty easy little warm-up. Okay, moving on to activity 3. You guys have a article to read. Part of my deal with you guys is that I'm not going to ask that you highlight or annotate. Okay, with that being said, I need to know and trust that you guys are reading these articles when I assign them. Okay, and I don't always assign them. I don't love all of them. Okay, with that being said, your article for today is called Energy Inventions. You need to read through this article. You have a little quick question that you're going to have to answer. Remember too that with Amplify, one great feature is that it will read the article to you guys. So you guys can go ahead and click the speaker and then hit
Energy Inventions.
And Amplify will read the article. So you guys could either read it, you guys could listen to it, or you guys can listen to it while you follow along and read it. However works best for you guys, but I do expect you guys to take the time to read those articles. Okay, and then you guys will read through the 2 claims we kind of have left after eliminating claim number 3 last week, that only living things have energy. We've definitely seen a lot of examples where non-living things like our little wind-up toys, they have energy. We can see them moving, but they're obviously not living things. Okay, and then use your draw tool right here to circle which claim you think is correct. So whether you guys think claim 1 or claim 2 is correct, so you guys will again use your draw tool to circle right there. Remember, anytime you guys use your draw tool, it's important that you click back on your cursor. Otherwise, you'll find that you're having a hard time opening links and things like that. Okay? Next section is a little card sort. Since you guys are home and you're not doing this in class, you won't have the cards in front of you, which I think kind of makes it a little bit trickier, but I tried to do the best I can to make this easy for you guys. You have 7 energy source cards. And the purpose of this is to read through these different energy source cards and figure out which would be the best energy source for a scenario where maybe you have a rescue team going in during an earthquake to save people, or some other scenario with a rescue team where they need a source of energy while they're away from, being able to use electricity to charge batteries and things like that. Okay, so read through them. There's 7 of them. You guys can kind of see how the energy transfers from like gasoline through a combustion engine to what we would use it for. In this case, your example would be a car. Read through how this works as far as energy transfers going from different sources or from kinetic to maybe potential energy. Okay, so you got a combustion engine, a solar cell, a wind turbine, hydroelectric power plant, a nuclear power plant, human power generator, and a fuel burning power plant. So again, make sure you guys read through these, that you understand them. And then what you guys will do is you guys on slide 13, notice the question mark, have these exact same slides. They're a little bit smaller so you can't really read through them on here. But what you guys will do is you will sort them from best to worst. Notice best is over here on our left and worst is on our right, and then everywhere in between. So go ahead, you guys can click and drag to move these and move them and sort from your very, very best idea for that rescue team on the left, and then your very worst on the right, and then again in order in between. Okay, and then answer these two questions. Which energy source did you rank as the best option? You guys use your draw tool to circle. Okay, you can see the nuclear power plant, the fuel burning power plant, solar cell, the hydroelectric dam, hand crank generator, combustion engine, wind turbine, all those over here. So circle which one you think is the best, and then click to answer why. So type your answer as to why you chose that. And then again, think you guys are thinking of the rescue team. So how would you guys help these guys out in this situation? And then same, what is your worst? So circle what you think would be the worst, and then answer why. Finally, moving on to your homework. I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through your homework a little bit. I'm going to do this example for you guys, and then I'm going to leave that there for you guys to see how to build a proper energy transfer diagram. And again, just to kind of clarify between our new vocab words, convert and transfer. So for this example, I'm going to show you, the goal is to make an energy transfer diagram to show how a flashlight gets its energy from a battery. Each of these scenarios that you're going to do after this example have a different link you need to do. So after you finish, make sure you exit out of it, open up a new link. You guys will have different items available for each of these scenarios. And again, you guys might also need the simulation to help you guys build these to kind of visualize how we get energy from one aspect to another. All right, so with our energy transfer diagram, I'm going to go ahead and open it up in its proper sorting tool. I've already built it for you guys. We have a battery, which is potential energy, and this arrow indicates where our energy is moving from the battery to the flashlight. This is light energy down here, so I'm going to put the flashlight obviously under light energy as it produces light. And then I'm going to use these labels over here to show that I'm converting energy because I'm going from potential to light, but I'm also just transferring energy because our battery is giving our flashlight energy or power. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my snipping tool and or my screenshot to capture this, and I am going to screenshot that into my assignment. Okay, and I'm going to leave this here for you guys to see what one example might look like. But I am going to start you guys off and kind of help you out with scenario one. So scenario one is on slide 17. Like I said, you guys have a different link to open here. I've already opened it and loaded it up. Of course, it's not going to want to load for me. Okay, but you guys can see again, we have a potential energy, kinetic energy, and light energy. The goal for scenario one is going to be to power a flashlight with a battery using energy from the sun as the energy source. Okay, one thing I would suggest is to go into your simulation, which is in the bottom right-hand corner, and do this, okay? Because you're not going to necessarily say, all right, the sun is going to directly charge a battery and that battery is going to go into a flashlight. It doesn't really work that way. So obviously we need something that is compatible with this energy source. In the case of the sun, we're probably going to need a solar panel. And then we can see from right there, can we go directly from a solar panel to charging a battery? Obviously the simulation is going to show us that yes, we can. Okay, and then we're going to take that into a light. Okay, so this kind of gives us an idea of what our pathway is going to look like in our sorting tool. So now I can say, all right, my end game for this is going to be light energy from a flashlight. That light is going to get its energy from this charged battery. So I can pull this arrow over here and say, all right, the battery is giving the light its energy. It is going to be converting it. Okay, and it's also going, let's see if I got my labels down here. Oh, it's not giving me any transfer or convert labels. And then how we get this is we have the sun shining. It looks like we have a solar cell and the sun here. This is also light energy, right? So it has the solar panel already included in it, which is something we needed from the sim. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and join this with an arrow as well. Okay, so this shows me an energy transfer diagram. We have both transfer and conversion happening here for this energy transfer. And then for this energy transfer, we're also converting again because we're going from potential energy to light energy. So I would screenshot this diagram, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that on slide 18. Okay, so this says again, scenario 1, energy from the sun. I'm going to copy and paste that right there. So I've already kind of done this one for you. You guys just had to follow along and build with me. Let's talk about scenario 2 and scenario 3. For scenario 2, you guys are going to use energy from fuel as the energy source. So again, I would go in and I would build this first in the simulation, energy from fuel. And again, we're trying to fuel a flashlight. So I would find an engine and a generator. And then from the generator, you guys can directly charge a battery, which is going to make our light go. Okay, so you guys will build that into your energy transfer diagram. And then you guys will screenshot your energy transfer diagram, which looks a little bit like this. Again, this is where you guys are going to be building it. Notice you guys have a little bit different setup over here. And then make sure you guys properly classify, like gasoline is potential energy. Okay, we have the engine connected to a generator is going to be kinetic. And then we can go back to our potential, which is a charged battery, and then a flashlight. So you guys can figure out how to connect the arrows on that one. And then your final scenario, which is scenario 3, you guys are going to power a flashlight using energy from food. If you guys look in the sim, okay, notice there is no energy for food. So you're really going to kind of have to think a little bit more about this one. Okay, the sim won't help you a ton on that. With that being said, you guys do have a different sorting tool. You guys can see we got food here. Think about what type of energy that is and how's that going to go from helping someone who's eating the food get energy to a battery and then to a flashlight. Okay, make sure you connect it with arrows. Think about what conversions are and what transfers are and what those might look like, and then you guys will screenshot that onto 22. Okay, once you finish up scenario 3, you guys can move on to the wrap up. Do you have any questions? Use your draw tool to circle yes or no. And then if you do have any questions, don't forget to type them right there by the question. And then 4, 3, 2, 1, how do you think you did on this assignment? You guys have wrapped up 2.2 harnessing energy for the day. Great job. Go ahead and hand this in, and I hope you are having a great day. Bye.